What's up, guys? I'm your host again, Connor Laeski. Welcome to the pit stop. We're back here for a post-race, following up Saturday night's race at Richmond, and it was another thriller we had with Joe Gibbs Racing. I mean, Martin Truex Jr. coming with a back-to-back win. It was something crazy coming from Kyle Busch. I mean, a lot of laps led by Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr., but way to go for Martin Truex Jr. to catch his teammate and get the win. It was just a really, really big day overall for Joe Gibbs Racing. I think it was a great call by the pit crews. All the Joe Gibbs Racing staff did an amazing job here at Richmond. We had Martin Truex Jr. obviously winning the race, Kyle Busch coming in second, and Denny Hamlin third. All three playoff drivers getting in top three positions and moving on to obviously in good position to move on for the round of 12. Another big surprise that came out at Richmond was Ryan Newman. A lot of people were not thinking Ryan Newman was going to come out of the round of 16 into the round of 12, and he actually came in the top five, which is very surprising to me. But hey, he still has it. Old Rocket Man still got in him, and I'm actually kind of glad to see him come up there in the top five. I mean, at some point he was racing top three position for most of the race, so that's very good to hear. He had a pretty good post interview with the NBC talking about how people are shocked and stuff to see him, but old classic Ryan Newman saying he don't pay attention to that and he just does him and keeps moving on. So good to see Ryan Newman. Has some bad news for Erik Jones, which really stinks for him because I mean coming off that win in Darlington was so big. Now he's in some serious trouble moving on. He failed in post-race inspection at the race, so he was disqualified. That's really hard for him, I'm sure. I mean, I think he's in the 60 range points down from the playoffs now, so he's not looking to move on for the round of 12 unless he can pull a win at the Roval this week in Charlotte. That's probably his only chance. There's no way. I don't think he can somehow push his way up into the position. So big loss for him as he failed post-race inspection. And he also did not finish the race last week at Las Vegas. So he had some problems with his car and the transmission. So that was big. So tough break for the 20 car of Erik Jones. Pretty decent race for Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick. 6th and 7th position, top 10. They're looking really strong. Obviously, Kyle Larson for sure hasn't really shown much of any top fives in a while. So I'm glad to see he's back in there. 6th place, he'll have a really good position for the standings. So that's really good. Of course, Kevin Harvick, obviously we all know he's hot right now. So a 7th position is really good. He's still second, I think, on the leaderboard right now, and I don't think anybody has him not moving on. I think he should have a easy way moving on. Clint Boyer with a top 10 finish as well, 8th position. He's kind of riding on that cut line right now to move on to the 12. So he needs to have a really good race this upcoming week at the Roval because it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. He's riding that edge right there. Joey Logano, 11th position, not too bad of a race. He's doing fine in the middle of the pack in the standings, so I think he'll be fine. Chase Elliott, another one of those young drivers I talked about in my last episode. That's he didn't have the best race, but he did well enough where he's fine with point standings, so that's good. Of course, Eric Almirola coming in 16th, and we had Ryan Blaney in 17th, so that was really good to see those guys come in some decent positions for what they had, and I think both those two drivers are going to move on, so good to see them. Kurt Busch coming in 18th, wasn't the best race for him. He's riding that line. Probably, right now he's under the cut line, so it's not good for him right now. But I think he can pull off something at the Roval to get him in there. We'll see about that. And not a good race for Alex Bowman. I know I was surprised. I was expecting him to get a little angry at Austin Dillon. I didn't see anything after the race, but Austin Dillon, that driver in the number 3 car, actually spun him out. And, Austin Dillon is not a playoff contender. He's not in the playoffs. So it's, he kind of out there making a point there, hey, I'm not in the playoffs, but I mean, he's still going to race aggressively. And, I think he may have got a little too aggressive with Alex Bowman, especially because he's in the playoffs. But that's just my opinion. I understand he's racing just like everybody else is out there, but he got into the 88, so 88 spun and he did not finish well, so he's struggling in there too with the points. But I mean, overall, he's still in pretty decent position. I mean, looking at the standings right here, I got them right here, and Alex Bowman he's only 2 points off right now from the cutoff, with William Byron, a teammate of Hendrick, ahead of him. So he looks like he might be all right. Depends. He's still got to bring it though. He still has to bring all he can this week at the Roval. But pretty good race this week. Like I said, Martin Truex Jr. back to back. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't see this coming at all from Martin Truex Jr. winning 2 races back to back in the playoffs. If anything, I probably would have guessed Kyle Busch. Because I mean, he's so dominant, and I thought when he got to the playoffs, he was just going to show up, even though he hasn't lately at the end of the regular season. But I just thought for sure he was going to come in clutch and start just dominating when he got to the playoffs, just kind of waiting. But no, it's been Martin Truex Jr., the 2-year former champion. So he's looking right. You want to be on a good start, but that's okay. For the other drivers, like, my fan, Kevin Harvick, it's okay for him, at least for his sake, because it's early and he's looking in decent position. He's second in the playoff standings right now. So for him, he's good. Like I said, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, all those guys are right around in the top 7. Those guys are all in good position to go far. I wouldn't be concerned at all if I was them. And like I said, big news, man. Ryan Newman. I can't believe it. He is sitting 9th in the playoff standings. I was stunned to see that. I was stunned to see how well he did at Richmond. But I guess can't underestimate the Rocket Man. That's for sure. But so yeah, that's pretty much all we have today on the pit stop. No, we didn't have any drama, I don't think, at the racetrack, right? Besides the Alex Bowman stuff and Martin Truex Jr. winning was just obviously very surprising, but back-to-back wins for him, great. And we're gonna stop here for the post race and look forward to the Roval this Sunday, and hope to catch you back on the pit stop soon. And like I said, please subscribe to the YouTube channel at the pit stop, and also at the pit stop channel on Instagram. And stay tuned on Sunday at the Roval.